And welcome back. Our score 7-7 as we get ready to start the second half. And just a short while ago, we had a ceremony here honoring the 1950 NFL champion Cleveland Browns. Head coach Paul Brown and 7 of his players have been inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And before the game today, 3 of the 4 surviving members of that Hall of Fame group got together. They are Otto Graham, Dante Lavelli, and Bill Willis. Great teams here in Cleveland. All right, let's take a look at the stats in the first half. Brent.
Well, I think the total yards really stands out. 92 yards at halftime against an expansion team isn't where you want to be. Cleveland Browns, they've lost 3 games in a row coming into this game. They have got to get a win today.
And this is a short kick. Fielded and dropped at the 21-yard line. Morin Norris picking up the football. And here comes David Carr. Very solid first half. Remember, last week against Buffalo, he had his best offensive outing when he threw for 218 yards, a touchdown. He also rushed for a touchdown, no interception, and he's got 130 right now.
And we've talked about his comfort back in the pocket. He's making very good decisions, not throwing the ball into traffic, not making quick rush throws over the middle.
First down and 10 at the 22. And they hand it off to Wells, and Wells is taken down, and that'll be a loss of about 3 yards on the play. Dwayne Rudd coming up and making the tackle. We'll bring up second down and 13.
And you know that David Carr, they're going to sling the ball downfield 4, 5, 6 times a game. And he did it a couple times in the first half. You just wonder when he's going to look for Corey Bradford yet again.
Carr on the short drop. Dumps it to Wells out of the backfield. And Wells gets close to the 25. Lowering his shoulder and just running right over Lewis Sanders. Brings up third down and 8 at the 24. And let's take a look at the scoring in the first half. And it was William Green getting the Browns off to a nice start with his first career touchdown. And then David Carr hitting Corey Bradford. Bradford's 4th touchdown of the season. We're tied at 7. Third down 8 at the 24. They need to go to the 32 for a first down. Carr sets up, pump fake, looking down the field. Bradford's got it! Oh, he couldn't hold on! Corey Bradford wide open!
And what a bullet, and Gus, what a move by Corey Bradford. You mentioned him wide open. I don't know if anybody could have covered him after this move. Watch how he sticks the defender. Corey Bradford on the outside. He's going to go post, corner, post. Look at that, right out of the shoes. Nobody there, no safeties on top. The ball delivered just a little high. Bradford almost came down with it. David Carr, so close yet again.
Reminds me of the first game of the season when David Carr put one right on the money to Jermaine Lewis against Dallas, and he dropped it. It would have been an easy touchdown. Here's Northcutt, flag on the play from the 40. Dennis Northcutt still on his feet and finally taken down at the 46. Matt Stevens with the tackle on special teams and a flag. A couple of flags on the play.
And I think Chad Stanley, the punter for the Texans at the end of the play, dish-ragged the Cleveland Browns player.
What's dish-rag?
That means you just get tossed. and the last guy on the team in the world you want dish-ragging you is the punter. That is not a good thing.
You dish-rag me all the time.
I do, but you're just an announcer. I'm a tight end. I'm not a punter.
Here's Jerry Austin.
During the return, holding 37 of the receiving team. After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 7 of the kicking team. Those penalties all set at the spot where the ball is dead.
Now, you know I'm not going to go ahead and bust a punter for taking a shot, getting a personal foul. When was the last time you saw that?
The opening moments of the third quarter will be back to Cleveland right after this. The personal foul against the Texans gives Cleveland excellent field position at their own 47. First down and 10. Play action. Couch looking, firing. Quincy Morgan with the catch. Morgan out of bounds at the 30. A gain of 23 yards.
And Tim Couch had time to set his feet and throw down the middle. And the Browns have done a lot more short to intermediate routes today. Little play action. See Quincy Morgan coming across right here. And Kevin Johnson taking 2 defenders deep. And you see what happens. Everybody's all over Kevin Johnson. Quincy Morgan coming across the middle of the field wide open.
First down at the Houston 30 for the Browns. Couch to the sideline. Nice catch. Nice throw. Morgan again in front of Marcus Coleman.
Now, Gus, Tim Couch is developing a rhythm right now. We've gone to Quincy Morgan twice in a row. Hey, keep the ball in the air. Don't go back to a 2-yard run and a 3-yard run and then put the pressure on him on third down. Hey, this team's most explosive players are at wide receiver. You've got to just realize that, and the run game hasn't been happening. Keep the ball in the air.
4 catches, 44 yards for Morgan. 2nd and 5. Underneath, Couch again. A steady diet of Quincy Morgan. This time he's wrapped up by Marcus Coleman. He's close to the first down.
And Quincy says, yeah, get me the ball. Kevin Johnson wants the ball. I want it too. And Quincy Morgan just growing by leaps and bounds as well. An impact wide receiver, and Tim Couch taking some pressure. Ouch. You don't want to lose your quarterback that way. Now maybe Kevin Johnson. Maybe the pressure and the focus goes to Quincy Morgan. You work Kevin Johnson back in the mix.
First down at the 18. Empty backfield. Couch under pressure. He's sacked at the 29-yard line. Great play by Gary Walker. Coming in and sacking him. The first sack of Couch on the afternoon.
Gary Walker, a Pro Bowler with the Jacksonville Jaguars last year, just coming in like a wild man, almost taking the snap. And that's one of the problems. And we've talked about the Browns' lack of running game, but really the problem has been the middle of the offensive line, the center, the 2 guards. They haven't been able to get positive push, and you see Gary Walker come right up the gut right there.
4th sack of the season for Walker. 2nd down, 17 at the 25. Flag on the play. Couch into the end zone. Incomplete, intended for Northcutt.
And Dennis Northcutt has been making those catches this year. And Tim Couch.
Offside, 91 defense, 5 yards. Repeat, 2nd down.
Browns had a free shot at the end zone.
Tim Couch with a heads-up move. He knew that and took the shot and put it right where only Dennis Northcutt or nobody could catch it. We've seen Northcutt grow as a wide receiver, and I think he's still maybe one of the most underutilized guys out of these wide receivers of the Browns.
2nd down, 12 at the Houston 20. Couch looking over the middle. White on the dump off, and White picks up a couple of yards. Jamie Sharper there to chop him down.
And Tim Couch took another big shot from Gary Walker. And you see the pressure coming right up the middle. And when you talk about Tim Couch and dealing with adversity, and the guy just stands in there, takes shots, and we've seen it over the years since this Browns franchise came back to Cleveland. And I really admire the guy. Give him a running game and an offensive line, and he's going to make some things happen.
3rd and 9 at the 17. Here's Couch sidestepping into the end zone. That one right out of the back of the end zone. And here comes the field goal team.
And protection, Gus, is so important. You've got to be able to protect, give your quarterback time to set his feet, the receivers to make some things happen downfield. Continues to be a problem with this Browns team, the offensive line.
Brings on Phil Dawson, 10 and 12 on the season. And to attempt a 35-yarder. And a timeout called by the Texans. 10:30 to go, third quarter. Back right after this. Full lighthouse view from Edgewater Park here in Cleveland as Phil Dawson comes in to attempt the 35-yard field goal. Chris Gardocki, the holder, this one on the right hash mark. Gets it up and drills it. So the Browns reclaim the lead here in the third quarter. 10-7 Cleveland. The Browns with the lead over the Texans. Third quarter action. Gus Johnson, Brent Jones. Phil Dawson ready to send it away. Jermaine Lewis back deep. Here's Lewis from the 14. And Lewis is drilled at the 29. What a great hit by Chris Akins. And take a listen. Wow.
That was a shot. Helmet right in the chest. Exactly how you teach tackling.
Texans take over at their own 30. Carr, that one batted down at the line of scrimmage. Somebody got a hand on it. I believe it was Tyrone Rogers, number 78.
Tyrone Rogers, you see right here, getting right in the face of David Carr from the left tackle spot.
Rogers playing with a very tender neck, which has kept him out a couple of games this year. The Browns getting some pressure on Houston. 3 sacks in the first half. Make it 4. Second and 10 at the 30. Carr dumps it off to his tailback Wells. And Wells turns it up, gets to the 37. Brant Boyer with the tackle. Big game going on out west. Here's Jim Nantz in New York.
All right, thank you, Gus. And it's all San Diego at the moment. At Oakland, LaDainian Tomlinson from Breeze. It's the first touchdown reception of Tomlinson's career, and it's 14-0 Chargers. Let's go back to Gus and Brett.
All right, Jim, that young man in his second season out of TCU having an outstanding career. And a timeout on the field.
They're first.
Called by the Browns. They're first. And we will be back after this. Panoramic view of Cleveland Browns Stadium. 10-7 the score. The Browns with the lead, and the Texans faced with a 3rd down 4 at their own 36. They need to go to the 40. Here's Carr. Throws, caught, nice catch, Jawan Dawson against his former team, and he gets all the way down to the Cleveland 39.
Jawan Dawson saying, I want a little piece of this Cleveland Brown team since he used to play there. David Carr standing in the pocket, taking the shot, had a little game, little stunt with the defensive front four of the Cleveland Browns. Takes a shot, but delivers the ball. Jawan Dawson making the big play, running a nice slant on the outside.
A gain of 25. First down and 10 at the 39 for the Texans. Carr fumbling the snap, picks it up, and does a good job to control it and fire it toward the sideline. Corey Bradford, the intended receiver. Second down 10 from the 39 for the Texans. 8:50 to play in the third. Here's the pitch. They're going to look to pass it. Gaffney wide open. Bradford. Touchdown Texans. 39 yards. And Chris Palmer is pulling out all the stops.
And And what a throw by Jabbar Gaffney, putting it right on the money to Corey Bradford. And Gus, if you remember last week, James Allen, the running back, threw a halfback option pass to Billy Miller, the tight end. I don't know if we've ever had back-to-back touchdown passes by someone other than the quarterback.
Chris Brown in to attempt the extra point. It's up and good. And how about this? The expansion Houston Texans have taken the lead 14-10 with 8:44 to go in the third quarter. And the dangerous thing for this Cleveland squad, you get the feeling that their fans will turn on them in a minute.
Well, there's high expectations, and we talked about that coming into the season. Great job by the Texans setting it up. Gaffney in the backfield. That should be an alert right there. No safeties deep. Corey Bradford, where is everybody? Now, when you see a wide receiver line up in the backfield, you think trick play. Nobody touches Corey Bradford. There's no safeties deep. You got to smell that one a mile away, Gus.
And Gaffney threw a beautiful pass for a wide receiver. And look at his reaction. He looks like Joe Montana.
There you go. Caught his first touchdown last week. Threw his first one this week. Okay, you got a wide receiver number in the backfield, number 86. Somebody's got to say, hey, watch the wide receiver pass. You still got to go ahead and run the play. There's the toss. There's number 86. Hey, is somebody going to cover Corey Bradford? I just can't believe that you'd come flying out of the middle.
The Texans send it away. Here's Andre Davis from the 5. Davis at the 30. Davis beats the kicker. Davis down the sideline. Andre Davis, touchdown Cleveland. 95 yards. The Browns in desperate need of a big play, and Andre Davis to the rescue.
One of the 4 deuces, I might add. What an impressive run back.
Extra point is up and good. And with 8:31 to go in the third, the Browns take a 17-14 lead.
Gus, let's watch Andre Davis set the wall. You see him get vertical and make his slant after he gets up. Take it up 10, 15 yards, then jump outside. Setting the wall. Great cut right here. And watch him cut back inside. Makes 2 or 3 nifty moves along the way. Little head and shoulders. See ya. The kicker, Chris Brown, no hope. And at that point, nobody's going to catch him.
Barry Stokes springing him with a beautiful block. Chris Brown, matador defense for the Texans as Davis streaks down the sideline.
And we talked about the big play wide receivers, and we talked to this young man here a few weeks ago. We were so impressed with his maturity, with his disposition, with his skills on the field, and he can make some things happen, and he's pretty darn happy right now. And that's exactly what this Cleveland Browns team needed. The fans as well, the whole city, and everybody's coming up to him saying, that was sweet. Those were some sweet moves.
But number 79 right there, Stokes, with the springing block.
There you go. You got to remind the guy that you made the block to make it all happen. That's my man Stokes saying, hey, you know I made it all possible.
This one a short kick. Jermaine Lewis from the 20. And Lewis looking for some space. And Jermaine Lewis down at the 35. Michael Jamison with the special teams tackle after the 16-yard return. So here's a question for you, Brent. What AFC non-playoff team in 2001 is the biggest surprise in 2002? Indianapolis, Buffalo, Jacksonville, Kansas City, San Diego. Cast your vote at NFL.com. All right, Brent, what do you think?
Well, San Diego, no question. I didn't expect it. I don't think there's a lot of people that did, and they're taking it to the Raiders right now in San Diego. Or actually, I think that game's in Oakland.
First down for the Texans at the 36. Here's Carr looking. What a beautiful throw. Gaffney with the catch, gets out of bounds at midfield. David Carr, I tell you what, they said he had a strong arm, but you don't really realize how strong it is until you have a chance to watch him. He can really throw the ball.
Yeah, if he gets a chance to set his feet like we've said all day, and you see the Browns coming with the four-man rush, no pressure, delivering it right on the money. Jabbar Gaffney running a nice comeback pattern, and you see his confidence growing as well. And the times that the Browns have got pressure on David Carr today, Gus, it's been with the blitz.
Carr throwing for 181 yards. Here's the draw play. Wells is dragged down from behind. Devin Bush with the tackle. And an injured player on the field. That's Bush getting up slowly, dragging that left leg. Corey Fuller's already out. Dalen McCutcheon did not dress because of the elbow injury. So Sanders and Henry and Courtney Brown also hurt. He may have a stinger in that left shoulder as he walks to the sideline. Texans at the line of scrimmage. Some confusion on the part of the Browns, and they'll have to burn another timeout. Their second timeout called in the second half. Whenever the Goodyear blimp is flying above a game with its camera focused on an event, you know you're going to get a unique view. Overhead today is the blimp Spirit of Goodyear. Thanks for the pictures, guys, up there. You know, I was invited to take a trip on the blimp. David Carr underneath, caught and dropped. Billy Miller dropping the football. Incomplete pass.
And I don't think Billy Miller ever had possession on that play, running just a little quick hook route. You have to have possession and 2 feet down. You see he just caught one foot down. That ball came out before he had a chance to get a second foot down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10 at the 49 for the Texans. They need to go to the 39 for a first down. David Carr lines up in the shotgun. Low snap handled by Carr. Steps up. Carr throws on the run. Caught! It'll be a first down for the Texans. Billy Miller, I believe, grabbed it. Ball deflected by Andre Davis.
And I don't know if deflected, Gus, is the right word. I think right through his hands is more like it. Browns only rushing 3. Carr out of the pocket. Right. That's an interception. Andre Davis, the defensive one for the Cleveland Browns, right through his hands. Billy Miller, great concentration, coming back, saying, hey, there's a nice present.
And Billy Miller, the recipient of a number of Carr passes today. Here's the pump. Carr looks backside. Nobody home. Now sidesteps. Goes down the field. Wells, the intended receiver. Now let's go to New York, where Jim Nantz is standing by for an update.
All right, Gus and Brent, the Raiders are on the board for the first time today, and it's Gannon to Jerry Rice, career touchdown number 199, slicing the lead in half. 14-7, 3 minutes to go, third quarter, and let's go back to Gus and Brent.
199 for my old partner.
Yeah.
You know, I got his 1,000th ball, his 1,000th catch sitting on my desk.
Jerry Rice, your former teammate in San Francisco. Right now, though, this Texans team playing like a team. Here's the draw. And Jonathan Wells goes straight ahead down to the 29-yard line. But David Carr having an excellent game. 14 of 23, 197 yards, 1 touchdown. And he looks to go past his numbers of last week, 218.
And the greatest thing right on that stat board right there is 0 interceptions.
But it brings up a 3rd down and 6 at the 29. They need to go to the 23 for a first down. Here's Carr. Ball batted down at the line of scrimmage. Orpheus Roy getting 2 hands on the football. And that's the second batted pass of the day. So here comes Chris Brown. He missed one in the first half. Brown Brown can tie it up right here. They spot the ball at the 37, so a 47-yard attempt. They get it up, and it's good. Nicely done by Chris Brown, the 47-yarder. And the Houston Texans tie this game up at 17 with 5:44 to go in the third quarter.
Nice clutch kick for Chris Brown. Little tough job by Chad Stanley getting that ball down. Low snap. Brown just going right through it and nailing it.
Chris Brown will take it. So with 5:44 to go, the Texans ready to kick it off, and this game is tied at 17.
Because we've talked about some of the problems for the Cleveland Browns, their running game, their offensive line, and the defensive line having trouble stopping the run, getting to the quarterback. But one of the bright areas this year has been their special teams. They've really improved very noticeably.
Andre Davis returned the ball 95 yards for a touchdown. The last time he touched it, the last Cleveland kickoff return for a touchdown took place back in 1994 when Randy Baldwin raced 85 yards for a touchdown return against Cincinnati.
Well, we've got the new Browns with the same old Cincinnati Bengals, it sounds like.
Yeah, 0-6.
They haven't changed much since '94.
Brown sends it off. Davis will get another chance from the 9. Davis straight ahead. Davis all the way up to the 40. Another nice return, this time 32 yards. Monday on The Late Show with David Letterman. Don't miss Jack Hanna and his animals, plus a one-of-a-kind Civil War reenactment on 53rd Street. Monday on Dave. Cleveland Browns Stadium in downtown Cleveland, and the Browns coming into this game losers of 3 straight, 2-4 on the season. Texans have lost 4 in a row. They're 1-4, but right now they are really battling it out. First down and 10 at the 40. Here's Couch, pump fake. Couch over the middle, bump, and drill. Jay Foreman drilling Kevin Johnson from behind.
Nice shot by Jay Foreman, and Jay Foreman had a crucial penalty last week against the Bills, going against his former team, and bumped Peerless Price after a 3rd and 1 in the 4th quarter, and he knew it was a big mistake, apologized for it. He's back playing. That was a big penalty in that game, allowed Buffalo to tie up the game, and they ended up winning it.
Second down and 7 at the 43. Here's Couch over the middle, incomplete, and a flag on the play. This will be interference against Aaron Glenn.
And you know what, Gus? I actually think that ball was tipped, and that's what the Texans are saying right now. That ball was tipped. It was fluttering. And if that ball is tipped, it isn't going to be pass interference. It's whether...
Interference, 26 defense, automatic first down.
Now, Gus, if Tim Couch's arms hit, then it's not... then it is pass interference. But let's watch Kylie Wong. Does he grab his arm? It looks like he nails his arm, and that ball flutters. But if that ball was tipped, it wouldn't have been pass interference.
Browns marching it down the field at the 38. And they hand it off to White, and White doesn't go very far. So that 19-yard penalty setting up the Cleveland Browns inside Houston territory, now at the 36.5. .424 to go in the third. Second down and 8. Couch over the middle. Ball is caught. And Matt Stevens wrestling with Kevin Johnson. Almost stripped it from KJ.
Kevin Johnson's doing a nice job reading the blitz. Got to know those hot reads, and sometimes when you have a bunch of young wide receivers, Kevin Johnson's a veteran now, but that's one of the things that you have problems with as a quarterback, reading those blitzes, looking earlier. And Tim Couch and the Browns have done a decent job against the blitz today.
Brings up 3rd and 2 from the 30. Couch starts in the shotgun. Here's Couch, fires. Northcutt with the catch, and Northcutt goes backwards. Northcutt goes backwards, but there's a flag on the play. Matt Stevens closing immediately. And the Browns have had some interesting calls on 3rd down.
Number 72 is not up on the line of scrimmage. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
Ryan Tucker. And I believe Coach Davis wants to go for it. Butch Davis electing to go for it.
And you know that, Gus, that would be a 50-yard field goal. You miss it. There's some swirling winds. You'd give the Texans some good position. So why not go ahead and go for it? Maybe a little play action. The running game, that's a lot of yards to try to get, just running the ball straight up.
4th down and 4 at the 32. They need to go to the 28. Tim Couch in the shotgun. Couch has good wheels. Here's Couch. Over the middle. Caught. 1st down, Cleveland. At the 25, Dennis Northcutt found a soft spot inside the Texans defense.
And Dennis Northcutt did one heck of a job of feeling that coverage on his inside and sliding back out. You see Tim Couch is going to wait just a little bit and hit that route. Northcutt sliding outside into the open hole. Tim Couch says there's a big 1st down.
At the 25. Play action. Couch looking for Johnson across the field. And it's Morgan. Quincy Morgan. Touchdown Cleveland. 25 yards.
And Gus, what a job by Tim Couch, setting his feet, going back across the field. Watch Quincy Morgan running that corner route, little contact down the field, sees the ball, accelerates, and I don't know if he got his 2nd foot in. And the official waited to signal touchdown. I don't think he got his 2nd foot in. I challenge right now if I'm the Texans.
They don't have anything to lose. Don Capers has not sent out the red flag. Extra point is up and good. Too late now. Let's take another look.
He has to have possession and 2 feet, Gus. And I know he has possession, but I think he gets his 1 foot down. Possession and 2 feet. There's one.
No, he's in.
You think he had the first one down when he had it? Let's see when that ball gets there.
1.
Okay. Boy,
2.
that's awful close, but I think he does have it. And we saw the official go ahead and wait for a second. But that back heel was coming up, but I guess that they ruled that he had the ball by then. Still one heck of a toss, a heck of a grab. You see Quincy Morgan accelerate at the end of that route when he saw the ball in the air. And that was one heck of a throw by that man.
3rd touchdown reception of the season for Quincy Morgan.
Let's go back and look at that throw by Tim Couch. Little play action, rolling away, sets his feet, steps to the side, and just puts a bullet right on Quincy Morgan's shoulder pad. That's one heck of a toss.
Browns ready to send it off. Dawson pops it up. Jermaine Lewis from the 15. Lewis with the gap. And Lewis is decked at the 35. Michael Jamison again, a 19-yard return, and Jermaine Lewis gets up a little wobbly. Married priest, married to the church? No, married to their wives. Father to the congregation? No. father to their children tonight on 60 Minutes. I don't understand it, but just watch. First down and 10 at the 35. Here's Carr looking backside. Carr down the sideline. Flag on the play. Pass interference coming up. Shavar Gaffney, the intended receiver, and he was just mowed down by Anthony Henry at about the 44.
And when you see a defender like that mixed up with a wide receiver.
Pass interference, 37 defense, automatic first down.
Gaffney may have tried to, as you say, Brent, double move it.
That's right. And sometimes if you're going to get beat bad, just go ahead and tackle a guy. It's better than a touchdown. You see Anthony Henry, little hitch and go. You see Anthony Henry bite on the hook part of the route. And Gaffney was going to keep going. He said, hey, I'm going to tackle you right here.
22-yard penalty. First down and 10 at the 43 for the Texans. Carr being chased by Roy. Carr gets rid of it and throws it right out of bounds.
And one of the few times that the front four of the Cleveland Browns have put pressure on David Carr today. Let's watch Corey Bradford's route. And I don't know if anybody's covering him this time. Waving his arms. David Carr. And finally a safety coming into the picture. But, boy, they've got to put some more coverage on Corey Bradford.
Second down and 10 at the 43. Carr to pass again. Carr steps up in the pocket. Wants to run now. Carr just fires it up top. Dawson with the catch. No flags. He wasn't over the line of scrimmage. No flags on the play.
Gus, I actually think he was over the line of scrimmage. At least from up here. That was right in front of us. One heck of a throw. And you see that the Texans are trying to get up and hurry the call, so there's not a review.
And now the red flag has been sent onto the field by Butch Davis.
And not a bad challenge at that point.
The 43-yard line was the line of scrimmage.
And you saw David Carr step up in the pocket, start to run, and then he started to go a little bit lateral.
Well, the 43 is the line of scrimmage.
And we saw the center hike the ball from the 43. He's beyond it right there. He's a yard in front of it. Watch him try to step back. He's almost two, and there he goes. And quarterbacks are taught to run backwards after they throw the ball.
Challenging the play as to whether or not the quarterback's over the line of scrimmage.
And Gus, it wasn't even close. He was almost 2 yards over the line of scrimmage. And what I was saying is quarterbacks, if you're close to that marker, once you get rid of the ball, you're taught to back up to try to trick the officials. David Carr, little veteran move. I think he knew he was in front of it, but you saw him go backwards after he released the ball. And let's take a look one more time. There's the 43-yard line, and there's the ball. Let's draw that line all the way across. 43-yard line. Oh, okay. Here we go. How about that? There's the line of scrimmage. And it's very apparent that he gets in front of the 43. Forced out of the pocket, and here's the line right here. All the way across.
And he goes by.
There he goes. Steps up. And there he's by it. And once you're over it, there's no going back, Gus.
David with a smile on his face.
That usually
almost got away with one.
That's a pretty veteran move by the rookie.
This kid has looked great today. And we asked him yesterday if the game is slowing down. And he said, no, it's not slowing down, but I think I'm getting a little better.
He said, I think I'm speeding up. One more shot. Line of scrimmage, the 43. And he's going to get beyond it right there. Here's the 43 right here. There it is, way beyond it. But see the backup, the old maneuver. And the officials look, they said, oh, look, he's at the 45. He's smiling. He knows. You see him on the top of the screen. He almost got it, though. There was no flag on the field. He got it part way. You know, one of the things that might have given it away is the old hurry-up offense. Get on the ball.
And we have been told that they're going to overturn it, but right now, Jerry Austin is checking the time on the clock. So here's the official word from one of the best in the National Football League.
After reviewing the play, the previous play started on the 43-yard line. The quarterback throws the ball from the 42. Therefore, we have an illegal forward pass. The down also counts, and it's a 5-yard penalty.
So a 5-yard penalty, loss of down for the Texans. One more look.
I think everybody in the stands even knew it. David Carr knew it, that's for sure. He's doing the old cornerback backpedal. Look, he gets back 3 yards.
Good fundamentals, though.
There you go.
Quarterback.
Very good. Very good. And a rookie to have a veteran trick up his sleeve like that just talks about his maturity.
So the Texans faced with 3rd down and a long 15. At the 48, they need to go to the 33 for a 1st down. And Corey Bradford has been wide open all afternoon, folks. He lines up as the wide receiver at the top of your screen. He runs a 4.2 40. Here comes Carr. Looking. Carr throws to the sideline. Caught. Penalty on the play. Gaffney makes somebody miss and slides down. He has enough for a 1st down. Dwayne Rudd with the tackle, but let's see the penalty. A 20-yard gain.
Illegal contact, 57 to the defense.
Wow.
Penalties decline. Result of the play is a 1st down.
Wow.
And Gus, one of the things that I don't understand, crucial 3rd down play and you rush 3 defenders. We've talked all day, when the Browns have blitzed, they put a lot of pressure on David Carr. Watch, you only get 3 rushers. Gives them all day. Sit back in the pocket, step up, time, let the routes develop downfield, throws a strike to Gaffney, who gets upfield, gets the 1st down. Why would you rush 3?
So it brings up a 1st down for the Texans. Here's Wells on the trap, and Wells dives forward, gets to the 25, a pickup of 2. Bentley with the tackle. And David Carr starting to really get comfortable, Brent, with both of his receivers. Corey Bradford has 76 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jabbar Gaffney also having a very successful football game. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score 24-17. We'll be back to Cleveland after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. A very nice game developing here in Cleveland. The Browns with the lead, but the Texans have it at the Cleveland 25 to start the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 8. Carr. And he is drilled. Word. Mark Word shooting the gap and coming up with the 5th sack of the day for the Browns.
And Gus, if you didn't know, that's the word. And we've seen him in the backfield a couple times. Watch him stunt out here, right defensive end. Going to do the old spin move. One heck of a spin. Now, that's a pass rusher right there. If you got the spin move, you got it all.
And there's the 5th sack, 4th sack of the season for Word. 3rd down, 13 at the 30. They need to go to the 17 rather, for a 1st down. And another sack by the Browns. This time it's Tyrone Rogers. So Cleveland getting all kinds of pressure on David Carr. They came into this game with 6 sacks the entire season. They have 6 sacks today.
And let's watch Tyrone Rogers left end with his hand down. And we talked about the front four not getting pressured, then back-to-back plays here in the fourth quarter. Rogers coming around, working, great motor. The defensive line starting to step it up.
So Chad Stanley at his own 49. Dennis Northcutt back at the 10. Off the side of his foot. Runs into his own man. And that one gets into the end zone. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. A touchback. A 37-yard punt. And the Browns will have it at their own 20. And a look at the scoring by quarters. The Browns scoring 17 points in the third quarter. And they take over first down and 10 on their own 20. Here's the pitch. White reverses field. White gets down the sideline. And White still running. A 36-yard run.
And Gus, you're going to see Tim Couch be the difference on this play. Once White reverses field, watch Tim Couch get out and get 2 blocks right out in front of him. Right here, 1, 2. Seals the inside, allows White to get downfield, and Tim Couch, that's as good as any throw down the field. Look at that big blocker out there. 1, 2.
Huge run for White. First down and 10 at the 44. Here's Couch going up top, has White, and he overthrows it. Now let's go out to Jim Nantz for San Diego Oakland update.
All right, the Raiders have come back from 14 down, Gus. They tie it on the first play of the fourth quarter. It's Jerry Porter with the score. Also want to report Brett Favre carted off the field. Green Bay leads the Redskins 17-9, but Favre will not be returning today. Sprained knee. Back to you.
All right, we have a very nice game developing. 24-17 the score. Cleveland in desperate need of a win against the expansion Texans. Second down 10 at the 44. Here's William Green over the right side. Gus Johnson along with Brent Jones, and I tell you what, both of these teams playing hard in the second half of play.
Very much so, but I would have loved to have heard what Butch Davis told those Cleveland Browns at halftime, because they came out on fire in the third quarter. He probably told them, hey, it's all or nothing right now, guys. We better start making it happen.
And you have to like the way this Texans team has responded today.
Yeah, they've really played smart football, and that's all you can ask at this point. David Carr making smart throws, and his receivers coming up with some big catches for him.
Third down 7 at the 41. They need to go to the 34 for first down. Tim Couch looking, going downtown for Morgan. Ball tipped at the last moment by Coleman. Marcus Coleman got his head around and just stuck his hand in the air. And the Browns are forced to punt.
Veteran play by a veteran cornerback. And this is some great camera work. Little contact going on down there. And you see Marcus Coleman get his arm back and deflect the ball from Quincy Morgan.
That's John Pavlovich, our cameraman. Here's Jermaine Lewis with the fair catch at the 15. So with 11:46 to go in the fourth quarter, Houston with the ball. Sun starting to set here in Cleveland, 24-17. It's so much to do in this city, and they love their sports. They even have a hockey team now.
Minor league hockey team, the Cleveland Barons. I was there last night.
Yeah, you went to the game.
This game's going back to the Bay Area. San Jose Sharks minor league hockey team.
First down and 10 at the 15 for the Texans. Here's the handoff to Wells, and he is driven to the ground once again. Word having an outstanding game. Mark Word, second-year man out of Jacksonville State, number 90. is really playing some great ball this afternoon.
I think Mark Word needs to be on the field a little bit more. You see him rip through the block outside and get penetration. That's one of the things that this defensive line hasn't been able to do, is get into the backfield.
A loss of 3 on the play. Second down and 13 for the Texans at their own 12. Noise a factor for Carr. Billy Miller with the catch, and Miller is bottled up and taken down by Sanders at the 17. Miller's had a really nice game. And Courtney Brown has struggled today.
And you saw him go up the field with his arm a little hanging down by his side, number 92 here in the second quarter. Hasn't been able to get to anybody, and that's been the problem all year. Mark Word's coming in making an impact, though.
Third down and 8 for the Texans at the 17. They need to go to the 25 for a first down. Carr under pressure. Carr out of the pocket, tripped up, and goes down. Tyrone Rogers with the sack. So the Browns, prior to this game, challenged to get more pressure on the quarterback, criticized for having only 6 sacks, a season low, a league low rather, and they have really come to play today. They have 7 sacks, Brent, on the day.
And Tyrone Rogers, we were talking about Mark Word, but Tyrone Rogers continues to make things happen with a great motor. He gets blocked by and just keeps rolling and ends up making the big sack.
Chad Stanley at his own goal line. Dennis Northcutt can break this game wide open right here. Wobbly kick, end over end. And it takes a bounce and down at the 42. A 42-yard punt. Courtney Brown has been bouncing in and out of the lineup. He has a hyper-extended left elbow. And only 1 tackle today, but Mark Word, what a game. Here's the pitch, White, the pitch back to Couch, going down the field. Incomplete. Intended for Quincy Morgan. Aaron Glenn right there.
And Quincy Morgan saying, hey, that was pass interference. And you know what? He's right, except it's offensive pass interference, I think. You're going to see Quincy Morgan just take Aaron Glenn and throw him on the ground, practically. Tim Couch throwing the ball downfield. You see Quincy Morgan pushing and fighting against Aaron Glenn. And Aaron Glenn wasn't fooled at all. Let's see where the contact is downfield. Nothing was called. Quincy Morgan was upset. He's got his hands on Aaron Glenn and pushing and shoving. And lucky it was an offensive pass interference.
Second down 10 at the 43. They hand it off. White. And White gets to the 45. Jay Foreman, the son of Chuck Foreman, the former Minnesota Vikings star running back, with the tackle. Monday on CBS, when you take your daughter to her first rock concert, what's the most embarrassing thing you can do? Don't miss the funniest new comedy of the year, still standing Monday after Raymond. Didn't you take your daughter to see the Backstreet Boys or something?
Both my daughters.
Both
a couple
daughters.
times. You know what the most embarrassing thing you can do?
What?
Be seen by somebody you know. or even worse, knowing the words to the song.
Third down and 8 at the 45 for the Browns. Here's Couch over the middle, incomplete. Aaron Glenn says, I didn't do anything. And a late flag. Here comes a late flag.
And that was really late.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, wait a second. For just standing there and holding your arms out, I don't know if that's unsportsmanlike conduct. There had to be.
And there's also a flag in the backfield.
Didn't take his helmet off, didn't dance around, just held his arms out like, hey, I made a big play. That happens all the time in today's NFL. It's not like he took out a Sharpie and signed a ball or anything.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 96 leading with the helmet. 15 yards, first down. Dribbling sportsmanlike on 31. Taunting. That penalty is declined.
You understand the roughing the passer penalty, but the taunting penalty is a ridiculous call.
Let's watch Gary Walker. And that ball's delivered, and he leads with the helmet, puts it right on the chest. And that call's legit. Here's the coverage on Quincy Morgan, tight coverage. Aaron Glenn over the top, knocking it down and just saying, hey, I made the play.
Man, who is he taunting? Who's he taunting here?
I don't know.
Who's he taunting?
Aaron Glenn's classy. Aaron Glenn doesn't taunt people.
And these officials have had a great game, but that a terrible call. So a 4th down turned into a 1st and 10 for the Browns. And this time it's White running the football. Kylie Wong with the tackle.
And it was going to be a 1st and 10 anyway after that roughing the passer call, Gus. You just got to be smart. And these Texans, you know, when you're an expansion team, you've got to be smart. They're the 2nd most penalized team in the National Football League, and you've got a tight game into the 4th quarter. And we saw what happened last week. Jay Foreman had a couple of penalties in crucial situations in the 4th, and now Gary Walker, who knows better, roughing the passer, allowing this Cleveland Browns team to just sustain their drive.
Here's White again running the football, lowers his head. And he gets across the 35 to the 34. Busy day for Jim Nantz in New York. Let's go to him once again.
All right, Gus and Brent, the update on Oakland, San Diego, a 9-play, 62-yard drive by the Chargers. The final yard taken by the quarterback, Drew Brees. We have 6 minutes to play. The Raiders just now 3 and out. Charger ball, 7-point lead. Back to Gus and Brent.
And Marty Schottenheimer, during his career, mostly in Kansas City, owned the Oakland Raiders.
He owned them, huh?
He owned them. 3rd down and 4. He was something like 19 and 3 from the 34 to the sideline. Nice catch. Quincy Morgan cradling the football at the 30. And Morgan has had a big day as well.
Yes, he has. Taking the lion's share today. One-on-one against Aaron Glenn. This time Aaron Glenn playing off coverage. Quincy Morgan running a nice square out route. Tim Couch putting it on the money.
Quincy Morgan, 7 catches, 80 yards, has a touchdown. And Tim Couch putting up solid numbers, no interceptions. That's William Green, but Jamel White also has been having a good day running the football. Here's the handoff. Jamel White. And we'd like to apologize for misidentifying those players on the screen. The pictures were wrong. And we are apologetic for that piece of poor work.
Well, you said the stats right.
Yeah, we did.
You got that going.
1 out of 2, right?
There you
50%.
Go. That's right. With no interceptions.
And if you're a quarterback and you're throwing 50%, you're not a quarterback very long, right?
That's exactly right.
Brings up 2nd down and 8 at the 27. Here comes a blitz. Picked up by the Browns. Tim Couch dancing out of the pocket, looking. Couch just throws it out. But the Browns offensive line doing a great job picking up the blitz. Matt Stevens approaching the line of scrimmage with reckless abandon.
And he just got stoned right at the line of scrimmage. And we've been hard on this offensive line for the Cleveland Browns, but they did a great job there picking up the blitz. And even though they didn't have a big completion downfield, sometimes the best play is not giving up a sack. And we've talked about the smart throws that David Carr's made. What about the smart throws that Tim Couch has made today? A lot of pressure coming into this game for this young quarterback, and he hasn't tried to force the ball in.
3rd down and 8 at the 27. Here's Couch, quick strike. Ball is caught. Dennis Northcutt won't get the 1st down, but he goes down at the 25. Jamie Sharper, and they say he lost the ball. Let's see. The Texans say they have the football.
Well, one thing I didn't hear is a whistle.
He will be down. The official has signaled that he will be down. It's 4th down.
So are they calling down by contact? Because I certainly didn't hear a whistle. And they're calling it 4th down. Let's see what happens here with Dennis Northcutt. And you saw the ball behind his back before it looked like his knee hit. There it is. Let's see if we can see from this angle. You see the strip by Stevens, and there's the ball. It's out, and there wasn't a whistle.
So here comes Dawson to attempt a 43-yarder. It's up and perfect. So the Browns add to their lead, 27-17. Welcome back, 27-17. And we've had some questionable calls going against the Texans this afternoon. A couple of fumbles. And the officials stating that the players were down by contact. Here's Jermaine Lewis from the 5. And he's hawk-tied and taken down. Brent Boyer. A 14-yard return. Don't forget tonight on CBS, don't miss 60 Minutes. Followed by 60 minutes of comedy with an all-new Becker, and then the new comedy Bram and Alice, then the CBS Sunday movie Dancing at the Harvest Moon tonight on CBS, America's most watched network. And here's the last play, controversial play. The ball is out.
You see it right there. And if they didn't call it down by contact, it needed to be challenged by the Texans, and they didn't challenge it.
Carr over the middle, and it's caught. Billy Miller once again. And you talked to David Carr yesterday in our meeting about a young quarterback's best friend. It's the same conversation that you had with
Chris Redman. Tight end.
That's right.
Easiest pass over the middle, big target. Use your tight end.
Carr in trouble, and Carr sacked once again. Kennard Lang gets in on the act.
And Butch Davis had to tell this defensive line for the Cleveland Browns something at halftime. He had to challenge these guys because they've come out possessed here in the second half. They have been all over David Carr.
8 sacks today for the Browns. 2nd and 1. Carr firing. Allen with the catch, stumbles. And gets maybe a yard and a half on the play.
And you mentioned 8 sacks, and that's a big number, but it's a really big number when you consider the Browns only had 6 sacks on the season coming into the game today.
You're absolutely right. Now look at the numbers. Cleveland giving up only 1 sack. And the Texans forced to punt once again. Dennis Northcutt stands at the 40. Stanley, end-over-end kick. Northcutt with the fair catch at the 42, a 37-yard punt. Next Sunday, it's doubleheader action. First, the Raiders take on the Chiefs, or it's these Browns against the Jets. In Game 2, it's the Broncos and the Pats. Check local listings. It all begins with Jim Nance's company on the NFL Today. A special Halloween edition. Watch out for Dion. Dion had Boomer dressed in sky blue gaiters today. I'm going to get you dressed in some clothes like that.
Yeah, you know,
some lime green gaiters with the long suit. First down and 10. Here's White. Spins and goes down. He'll lose a yard.
Now, if you're the Cleveland Browns, you want to chew the clock. Keep the ball on the ground. Keep it inbounds. Make the Texans burn their timeouts.
Houston with 2 timeouts remaining. And the Texans burn their 2nd timeout as Dom Capers calls over a couple of members of his defense, Foreman, Stevens.
And you just got to be impressed with the way this Texans team has grown from the beginning of the season, the preseason, and the big victory against the Dallas Cowboys. And they've gotten better every week.
And a look at their schedule. They're at Jacksonville. Then they take on the Bengals at home and travel to Tennessee. Another division game against Jacksonville at home, and then the New York Giants.
I guarantee you people aren't taking this expansion team lightly.
Houston with 1 timeout remaining. 2nd and 10 for the Browns. They give it to White, and White over the 45 to the 46. Walker with the tackle. For the Cleveland Browns, this was kind of a must-win for them, because next week they travel to New York to take on the Jets, and the Jets winners today over Minnesota 20-7. Then Pittsburgh, they play Monday night against Indianapolis at home, and the Browns still have the bye coming up, so a win today, they get a little healthier. Then they take on a Jets team that has struggled at times this season.
Been in disarray, and I think you can see it's not that tough of a path to be 4-4 for this Browns team with a big repeat showdown with the Pittsburgh Steelers. We had that game a couple weeks ago. The Browns outplayed them. They should have won the game.
Third down 5. Couch to the sideline. That's James Jackson. And the Browns, Brent, have been in a number of close games this season. And they've had some struggles with a minute to go. They lost to Kansas City with a minute to go. They lost to Cleveland with a minute to go. They beat Tennessee with a minute to go and fell to Baltimore at home with a minute to go.
That's a bad 1-minute scene.
So this season could be really different for the Cleveland Browns, especially when you look back to that Kansas City game.
Yeah, that's the game I was thinking of, the Dwayne. They lost that game with no time left. No minutes.
Gardocki, high, lofty kick. Lewis is drilled at the 4. Sanders on special teams. A 45-yard punt, no return. And Jermaine Lewis is at a rough day.
Yeah, and catching that ball inside the 10, that's not a great decision. You want to let the ball go into the end zone and maybe just trying to make something happen.
And a look at the standings in the AFC North. Baltimore, they continue to surprise people, winning today at home versus Jacksonville. They take on Pittsburgh next week. Pittsburgh at 2-3, taking on Indianapolis. Cleveland, a win moves them to within a half game of first place. First down and 10 at the 7 for the Texans. Over the middle, that one is incomplete. Allen, the intended receiver. He just dropped it, heard footsteps.
And he heard the word. Mark Word was coming again on a stunt. David Carr got that away just in time.
Second down and 10 at the 7. Carr steps up down the field. Bradford is open, and he dropped it. Corey Bradford, he could have 5 touchdowns today. He has 2, but he's dropped some big balls today. For those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS in the game between Houston and Cleveland. I'm Gus Johnson, along with Brent Jones. The Browns lead it 27-17. 60 minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following this game, except on the West Coast. Third down, 10 at the 7. Under pressure, Carr stripped. That ball is loose. Who wants it? I believe the Browns have it. Yes, they do.
And who do you think? The word.
9th sack of the day for the Browns.
How about Mark Word? Where has he come from? I'm sure that's what the Texans are saying right now. Number 90 coming around the end. Watch out. Here he comes, going for the strip. And it looked like David Carr was going to go ahead and pitch that ball in a little lateral pass. Wow. Mark Word. And Chester Pitts, the rookie, having his hands full. Mark Word coming in the second half and just going crazy, stripping the ball right there. Wow. That's a heck of a find for this Cleveland Browns team.
So Couch under center. Here's White running, looking for the end zone, and he is stacked up at about the 2. And that should take us to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and goal for the Browns. On top 27-17. And I tell you what, the Browns have a way with word. 27-17. The Browns threatening once again with the lead. And just a reminder, 60 Minutes will be seen in its entirety following the game. Those of you on the West Coast will see it at its normally scheduled time. Gus Johnson, along with Brent Jones and Tim Couch, came into this game, booed, cheered when he was injured by his own home fans, and he's had an excellent outing. Second down goal at the 2. Here's White. Touchdown.
Gus, you talk about a tale of 2 halves. This Cleveland Brown team came out fired up in the second half. See Sean O'Hara making a block out. Jamel White getting wide, got that speed. And this team came out in the second half like it mattered.
The extra point is up and good. 1:56 to play. And the Browns take a 34-17 lead. Great ball game going on, San Diego and Oakland. Here's Jim Nantz.
All right, Gus and Brent, we may have overtime on the way here as the Raiders have tied it up. It's Gannon to Ritchie, Gannon's 3rd touchdown pass of the game. Raiders do have the ball on their own 40 with 42 seconds to play. Let's go back to Gus and Brent.
All right, Jim, 34-17 the score here. Raiders and Chargers. What a job Marty Schottenheimer's done.
He sure
with
has.
that San Diego team.
Been an impressive. How about an impressive AFC West this year? All the excitement, maybe some of the best teams in football right there.
And you have to also tip your hat to Bill Callahan and the Raiders. The AFC West is like a good old-fashioned shootout. All these teams could score a lot of points in a hurry. Denver beating Kansas City in overtime today, and San Diego and Oakland possibly going into overtime. The Texans, well, they played hard today. They were on the other end of some controversial calls. I believe it made a difference rather in this game. As Lewis picks it up and goes down immediately at the 24. But Tim Couch, he can hold his head up high. His first game back in Cleveland since being not booed, folks, but cheered when he was injured during a Baltimore game. He was emotional after the game, and he came out today, and there was really no reaction from the fans. There was no booing. There was no cheering. It was pretty quiet, and he's had a very solid outing.
Very solid, and the great thing, no interceptions. He didn't try to take it all on his shoulders, force the ball, make throws that he wasn't capable of making, and I think he's back on track.
James Allen. And Allen over the 35 up to the 37. 12-yard pickup. Mark Word, 2 sacks on the day. He's been all over the field in place of Courtney Brown. To the sideline, nice catch. And that's Avion Black trying to get out of bounds. The executive producers of the NFL on CBS are Sean McManus and Tony Pediti. Today's game was produced by Bob Monsbach and directed by Mark Grant. The associate director of today's game, Brian Lilly, and the broadcast associate, Mark Burkhardt. Draw play, Allen breaks a tackle. Allen to the 40. Allen with one man to beat, and he is finally knocked out of bounds at the 22. Earl Little ushering him out of bounds. The technical manager, Doug Fleetum, and the coordinating producer, Harold Bryant.
Are you done?
No, yes, I am.
Okay, let's go back to the game then. And you see this Texan team, Allen is not going to give up. Either is this Houston Texans ball club, and you got to respect that. They are fighters right to the very end.
Actually, Brent, I'm not done.
Go ahead and give it to me.
I'll tell you after this. First down at the 23, Texans. David Carr firing low. Avion Black with the catch, and he tiptoes out of bounds. Our videotape supervisor from Cleveland, Ohio, Mookie Franta. Now, you wouldn't want us to miss Mookie, right?
Absolutely not.
To omit her name. She's a Cleveland native. So there's Tim Couch. Don't forget 60 Minutes coming up next, except on the West Coast. It will be seen at its normal time out west. Carr to the sideline. That one is broken up at the last moment. Anthony Henry. Good job breaking on Jabbar Gaffney. And what are your impressions of David Carr?
I just really like his pocket presence. I like the way he stands back there. He's obviously proven that he's got a gun. He's a happy kid. He knows his team's getting better. He knows there's a lot of great places for them to go. His best offensive game, I think, in his career thus far, his very young career. And I think just great things in store for this young man.
Here's Carr over the middle, and Carr would have thrown for well over 300 yards if Corey Bradford would have held on to a couple of those passes. David Carr, so accurate. He always has that ball around the receiver. Carr again, underneath Billy Miller. Did he get in? I don't think he did. Miller has had a very nice game. Carr looking for him since the beginning.
And you see the Browns laying on top of Billy Miller. They don't want the clock to keep rolling and don't want to give up another touchdown.
We have delay on the defense, half a distance to the goal.
And that's what we got called. A delay for piling on and staying on. All right, Gus, I want to see what you think. Do you run the ball or do you play action it? Come on. Half a yard. What do you think?
I don't really think it matters.
Oh, it always matters.
Well, let David Carr throw it.
That's what. Yeah. See, you're getting coached up right.
Better yet, I would run it. They run it, and they don't get on.
Told you you needed to throw it.
No timeouts left. This one may end right here.
And David Carr trying to spike that ball.
And he does.
Now throw it.
We have a false start. The team was not set. With a 10-second runoff, the game is over.
This ball game over. So Butch Davis looks to shake hands with Dom Capers. 34-17, the final for Brent Jones. I'm Gus Johnson saying so long from Cleveland. Tonight on CBS at 60 Minutes, followed by Becker, then Graham and Alice, and the CBS Sunday movie Dancing at the Harvest Moon. The Cleveland Browns came into this game with 6 sacks. They recorded 9 sacks today. And they go on to snap a 3-game losing streak. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.